The cure for anxiety, how Stoicism can transform your life. Have you ever felt trapped in a whirlwind of thoughts, where anxiety seems to take over every moment of your life? Where no matter how hard you try, you can't stop thinking about the worst-case scenario, about things you can't control. The feeling of not being in charge of your own mind can be devastating. Anxiety robs us of peace, destroys our confidence, and makes us feel powerless in the face of life's challenges. But what if I told you there's an ancient philosophy that offers tools for you to regain control, that teaches you how to find serenity even in the midst of the worst storms? This philosophy is called Stoicism, and it has helped people overcome fear, insecurity, and yes, even anxiety for more than 2,000 years. If you're tired of living at the mercy of your worries, today I'm going to show you how Stoicism can be the path to healing. You'll learn how to apply practical lessons from the great Stoic philosophers to transform your mind and finally find the inner peace you've been seeking. Before we begin, I want to ask you for something that may seem small, but makes all the difference. If this content touches your heart, if you feel it could help someone you know, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. This isn't just about the growth of the channel. It's about spreading a message of hope and healing to more people who, like you, need to rediscover control over their lives. I know how hard it is to deal with anxiety, and together we can make this change happen. What is anxiety and how does it control us? Anxiety is our body's natural response to stress, but in many cases it can turn into a vicious cycle of repetitive thoughts, keeping us in a constant state of alert. We may worry about work, health, the future, and this build-up of concerns pulls us away from the present. What causes the most suffering in anxiety is this feeling of being out of control, and this is where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism and the concept of control. One of the most powerful lessons of Stoicism is the idea of focusing only on what is within our control. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our thoughts about them." This means that the root of anxiety often isn't what's happening around us, but the way we interpret these situations. We cannot control what happens in the external world, but we can control how we react to it. Stoic practices to cure anxiety. Now let's look at a few simple practices you can adopt in your daily life to face anxiety using Stoic wisdom. Distinguish what you can control from what you cannot. The first Stoic lesson is to clearly separate what is under your control and what is not. Ask yourself, can I change this? If the answer is no, accept that fighting against this reality will only increase your distress. By focusing only on what is within your reach, you reduce the mental burden of your worries. Reflection on mortality. For the Stoics, remembering our mortality was not something morbid, but liberating. Knowing that time is limited helps us put our worries in perspective. Is what's causing you so much anxiety really important in the long run? If not, is it worth so much suffering? Anticipating challenges. The Stoics practiced a technique called Pre-Meditatio Malorum, or anticipation of evils. They imagined the worst possible scenarios to prepare emotionally and mentally. By confronting these hypothetical situations, you realize that even in the worst cases, there's always a way to move forward. Radical acceptance. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, said, "Life is what fate gives us, but our mind is what we make of it." Accepting what life hands us without resisting the inevitable is one of the deepest forms of healing. When we resist what is out of our control, we create suffering. When we accept, we free ourselves. Stoic stories of overcoming. An incredible example is Marcus Aurelius himself, who ruled Rome in the midst of wars, plagues, and political crises. Despite all the adversities, he maintained serenity and emotional control by applying Stoic principles. He wrote reflections to help him cope with stress, thoughts that later became the book Meditations, one of the most well-known works of Stoic philosophy. If an emperor with immense responsibilities could find peace in chaos, so can you. Putting it into practice, a life free of anxiety. Stoicism isn't a magical solution that eliminates anxiety overnight, but it offers a clear path to transformation. Start small. Practice radical acceptance, reflect on mortality, and focus only on what you can control. Over time, you'll notice a shift in how you view challenges and handle your emotions. You can live a life with less anxiety, more peace, and purpose. The journey isn't easy, but Stoicism can be your guide. If these ideas resonate with you, I encourage you to take the next step. Leave a comment about how you are dealing with anxiety and how Stoicism might help you in this process. And once again, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let's spread this message of healing and transformation to everyone who needs to hear it.